Invitational. I'm coming off of, I feel like I'm very, very entrenched in the golf world after spending 4 days at Waste Management. So now I'm really into it. Now everybody's going to Genesis and they're trying to get me to all to go because it's right in my backyard, basically. So I might have to make a stop in on Saturday to see what's happening over there.
Well, you made a visit to the course. You also made a visit near the top of the leaderboards in the lottery, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. Near the lottery, I top 5 to a bunch of single entries, and I had a lot of the Nick Taylor. So that worked out really well for me. And I also had Nick Taylor at 45 to 1 to win the tournament after day 1. And we also got some other bets on him at like 11, 12 to 1 later on Sunday when he started messing up a little bit. So we had some great bet sheets. We got Scheffler at like 7 to 1, and then he was like literally minus. He was like the favorite, so we got like almost 3 to 1 on a Scheffler bet. It was pretty cool stuff. Like even though he didn't win, just because we kept cashing out at the right time. So it was a lot of fun live betting. We won't be able to do that this week, but looking forward to the tournament. And of course, Tiger is going to be in the building, so it's going to be kind of fun. So. Any overall thoughts you want to mention about this course and history or anything like that before we jump into the going through the price tiers?
Not really. I mean, not really. I will mention that it's from a lineup construction perspective, it's there's a cut, but it's not like that big of a deal of a cut. So they're only starting with like 73 golfers, but there is going to be a cut after 2 rounds, I think. So what we always talk about is that in the no-cut events, you usually want to go you end up going stars and scrubs because you're getting, it's very likely that even your scrubs are going to get your 4 rounds, where in the, regular cut events, you don't need to go crazy with the stars and scrubs stuff. This one's kind of a blend, so if you want to get to, so if you want to do kind of a blending of some stars and scrubs or whatever, that's what you're going to get to. I'm gonna because it's a shorter field, I'm gonna be doing contest sim stuff. I'm gonna be doing geo mean filtering. I'm gonna be doing ownership stuff. I'm gonna be doing, as I like to call in lineup construction, I'm gonna be doing a lot of funny business. So I don't know if I'm gonna intentionally money on the table or anything like that, but I am definitely gonna shake up the model, so to speak. But today, what we're going to do is really, literally, just going over who we think, who we think are the best plays, like in each tier. But when it comes to me actually building, I might not even get to them if you want to know the truth. But we're going to start with who the best plays are, and then we'll work from there, I guess.
Yeah. So they're trimming the 70 down to 50 after 2 days. So it's a strange tournament, a little bit with that stuff, with that side of it. But yeah, we'll get into it, I guess. All right, let's pull up your screen and we're going to go by our pricing tiers here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pull up my screen.
Here we go. And there it is. Okay.
All right, so 10K and up, for top guys. One guy who seems to be separating himself from everybody else, as he's been known to do. And as usual, his putting can be very tilting. You know what I mean? Like if you play him at 11K, because at 11K you need. I don't want to say you need a win, but you need to make those putts. Let's put it this way. At 11K. Now again, the best way to be a good putter is to putt from shorter distances, and he's pretty good at that. I have him as the top play over 10K. Big deal, right? And then the good thing is after that, I do like Xander a little bit, but for me, it's a big drop to Rory, and I don't think I'm getting much of any of Hovland, which is extremely annoying. Actually, that's not true. I'll be dead as Hovland. So Xander, Hovland, Rory, but I do have all 3 of those below Scheffler in my rankings.
Yeah, I have no Rory right now, but I have Scheffler 1 and I have Xander 2nd and Hovland 3rd. I think it's really close though, and I may actually end up switching that with the Hovland thing. I think Hovland this is going to have this is a really good course for him, and I don't know. I have a good feeling about Hovland this week, so I have it Scheffler, and then I'll call Xander and Hovland 2A and 2B or whatever. They're
I'll tell you this,
great.
I'll tell you this, you're not getting any breaks or the ownership really. I mean, you're getting 27% right now for Scheffler, and all those others are like 17%. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so it all seems pretty freaking efficient if you want to know the truth. But hey, that's why we do funny business, I guess.
Yep, absolutely.
Right, what about under 10K? Who's your favorites? Who's the one you like the least? I mean, what do you like over there?
Annoyingly, I do really like Homa and Morikawa. I'm kind of been annoyed by like just Homa doesn't look great right now. I still like him. Obviously, he won here last year. Was it last year or the year before? I'm getting it mixed up. I do like Homa and I like Morikawa. I think the next player for me would be Oberg, followed by JT. I like everybody in this range, but that's just the way I've got him ranked right now.
Boy, this is not easy. I mean, all these guys again are decently owned. Also, it feels a little. I guess it feels a little insulting to have Cantlay so far down at 9,300. I suppose. So I
he's
guess
worse than the guys around him.
You think?
Like he had one good year, like his year a few years ago. Yeah, sure, but like, I mean, these guys out consistently. Like, I mean, I don't know that he's better than Justin Thomas is right now. He certainly hasn't played any better. I don't know. I hear you though. Sorry, just throwing it out there.
No, I mean for me, I do have Homer rated the worst. He just hasn't. Oh. I have him rated the worst.
Nice.
He's playing the worst of all of them, I guess.
That's true.
And he's the highest price of all of them. I do think he's going to be the lowest owned, but not by a lot. You know, but not by a lot. So
I would be very surprised if he ends up the lowest owned just because of his history here.
But I guess go with the cheapest ones. I don't know, like Aberg, I guess, or Oberg. He would be my favorite if I was just identifying. All right, Spieth. Maybe Spieth. I don't want to say gets ignored, but maybe Spieth is somebody. I'm just trying to pick really the lowest owned of these guys if I was just going to hand pick one. So let's do that. Let's for the purposes of this show say I like Spieth the best, just because he's at least projecting for now as the lowest owned of the 9Ks. So we're going to put him.
Yeah, fair enough. And he played. And by the way, he played well last week. So it's not like, I mean, he's in decent enough form or whatever. All right, down in the under 9Ks, what do you got as your the ones you're looking at the most?
By the way, just so you know, in the background, I'm going to run the Saber Sim because I don't know if I'm going to be around later to do it. Just want to show you what it would look like here. Okay, so under 9K, there are 4 or 5 guys. So I'm going to again rate them by ownership. I have like Burns rated really high. I mean the highest. But okay, here it is. I have the answer. And I'm going to steal it from you because I know you're going to play him. I have Tommy Fleetwood as the second best in this range, and I have him as the lowest owned. So to me, actually, that's not true because I also have Tom Kim low owned too. So these are going to be 2 guys I'm going to play or I'm going to recommend. These are guys that you've been on quite a bit. So I'll be totally happy stealing those. So I like Fleetwood. I like Tom Kim, and I'll go with Sungjae Im, I guess. So those 3 guys is the sub 10% guys in that range.
Yeah, Fleetwood and Kim are definitely my favorites in this range. So I'm happy to hear that. I am gonna get more exposure to this range. I'm actually thinking about maybe not playing as much of the 10K range. Maybe to Hovland or Xander at the bottom, but just because I like the 9K and I like the 8K range quite a bit. So Fleetwood and Kim would be the lower owned, and also like I think terrific plays. Burns, Cam Young, and Wyndham Clark are the next 3 for me. I think Wyndham Clark's going to get lower ownership than he should here. He's playing good. He's playing good golf. I mean, he had a couple of hit and miss rounds here and there, but so is Tom Kim. And I think that those guys, I'd rather just embrace it and roll with those guys a little bit. So Kim and Fleetwood definitely my priorities, and the other guys, Burns. I do like Burns Young, but I don't want to play and Wyndham Clark. I just don't want to play everybody. So don't want to give out any more names, I guess. Can we do 7,500 to 8K just because I'm on the road and I'm on my laptop?
Yeah, and I do have kind of, it's interesting because I don't have, so I like this range just a ton more than the 7,500 and below. My first rated guy, I mean, it's not till far lower. Then we'll get to a completely disrespectful price of somebody we'll get to in a minute. But I have JT Poston as actually, even among the 7,500 and higher, which I have higher than the 7,400 and lower. I have Poston as almost a standout, actually, which is interesting. I have all these guys owned very similarly, and I have Poston rated as almost a standout here. And then I have a whole bunch together. I have Henley, Højgaard, both those guys kind of together, and then some Siwoo Kim. But I do have Poston standing out over the others.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying. I have Zalatoris. I'm just gonna I'm gonna roll with it. I think he is coming back, and he's looked better and better. So I am gonna play some Zalatoris, and I think Poston is the next favorite for me. So I'm totally with you on the Poston thing. Everybody else I could make a good case for. I just feel like those are the two guys who I'm going to be the heaviest on. Oh, the other one that I want to be well overweight on is Siwoo. Yeah, those are my three from this range.
Okay, so in the 7,400 and below, I have two guys that, I mean, there are two guys that to me, pricing wise, I just can't fathom. But we'll get to
I know one of them. I know
we'll get to those in a second. Okay, but as far as like what my models and my numbers are showing me, I have the top plays being like Bo Hostler and is Bo Hostler, and he'll be owned like he always is, right? And then the next guy I have on my rating is Cam Davis, who again is obviously pretty volatile, which is pretty good in a kind of a blended no cut event thing. But the two guys, I mean, I don't know which is worse because they're both like ridiculous, but between Corey Connors and Hideki at 7,300, 7,400, yeah. I mean, that's just obscene to me. Like, listen, I love like Adam Scott. You know what I mean? Like as a player, I like Matt Fitzpatrick as a player. I like even Sam Burns as a player. Like all these guys, they're all like $1,400 more than these guys.
Right.
Like, I you know what? I'm not having it. So I'm probably going to end up forcing those two guys in. Listen, and this is what I always recommend against, right? Because golf, as much of a data-driven sport as it is, people just like rely on narratives and biases more than almost any other sport. And now I'm feeling myself a prisoner to that. I'm like, boy, Corey Connors should be 9K or Hideki should be 8,800 or something like that. What is this? I don't know. I guess you have to. I mean, I know you agree with me with Hideki, but you put Connors in that range too. And what do you think of the 7,500 below?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like it sort of was jarring to see. I have to double check if there's like some serious like withdrawal risk or something because people are playing them either. I don't know. I could definitely get to Hideki and Connors, but the other I like the Hostler thing. I think that makes plenty of sense. Those are the three guys I have in this range the most. Maybe for fun, even though that makes no sense to do because part of why I love Nick Taylor is because he like lives out like on the course at the Waste Management. I don't think I'm going to get to that one, but I do like the Hideki, Hostler, and Connors. I think your points about Davis are good though for the type of scoring because 50 out of 70 that are gonna make the cut. He is a guy who can put up some big scores, so I like that idea a little bit.
All right, so give me your favorites. I mean, I got a couple.
There's some good ones.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, I have them all rated really close to each other. Shank, List, Kitayama, Zadenhout, Hoagie, Grillo. I mean, all these guys are in play for me. I don't want to mention everybody, but quite honestly, they're all in play. Like Svensson as well. Do you have anybody that stands out in this range to you, or
Kitayama and Taylor Moore? Maybe I still just want because Taylor Moore was, man, I just need a couple more strokes from him. That's it. Then we win the lottery last week.
Oh, he was the one you needed.
He was actually good. He was good on Sunday, but he had a really bad Saturday, so it was just frustrating because he'd gotten to like 7 under on Saturday, and then he dropped back down to like 1 under, and then he had a great Sunday and got back to 7 under. But it's just like I needed 2 more strokes out of him overall for the tournament. I would have gotten the W, I think. Anyway, so Kitayama, Moore, Svensson, Zadenhout are probably the ones who I like the best. I am just going to be honest and say I'm not suggesting everybody do this, but I'm going to play Tiger Woods some. I'll at least have 10% of it, and I'll probably have 10% of another one I'm considering to have 10% of is Ben Griffin. at 6,400. Just feels like another guy who could have a decent day and is just a little bit cheaper than he should be. But I honestly feel like talking about the strategy, I think this is a good week to if you did want to double spend up, or if you did want to do anything. I just think you want to try to force in some of these 6K guys, because the only real difference of why some of these guys aren't getting owned is because they're so cheap, and it's really easy to build lineups and not include them. But the difference in quality is very similar between the 7Ks and the 6K guys. I mean, even like guys like Taylor Montgomery, you mentioned Grillo, like there's a lot of decent golfers down here below 7K. But Kitayama and Moore are definitely my two favorites. And Kitayama was my highest owned player, and he was on that lineup as well. So, but he is such a great player on approach, and I'm gonna get a bunch of Kitayama, I think, this week. All right. Did I cut something? Okay. So what do we? So now we have to play the game, right?
Yep. So who's winning?
I'm gonna say Scotty.
Yeah, I'll go with some local guy. I'll go with Cantlay.
Oh God, that was my nightmare. Now I have to actually consider playing Cantlay.
As you used to say to me, play one of him in the 4 or something like that.
Yeah, for me, I was gonna say Homer or Morikawa before, and I decided not to, but that's all right.
How about someone else under 10K to make the top 5?
That's gonna be Fleetwood for me.
Yep. I will go with I'll go with a little chalkier. I'll go with Morikawa.
Okay.
How about under 9K to make top 10?
Under 9K to make top 10, not Fleetwood. I'm gonna go Tom Kim.
Yeah, just to reinforce how much I like to play, I'm going to use mine for Fleetwood. So I'll go Fleetwood top 10 under 9K.
Okay. Then we get under 8.
Under 8K top 20?
Yeah, I know who you're going to take. I'll let you take your guy. There's a guy you really liked better than the other ones, I thought.
Yeah, I'll stick to that one. I'll go with Poston.
Yeah. Poston, and I will go with Zalatoris.
And under 7K to make the very kind of like marginal cut.
Or maybe another top 20 type of thing. I'll take Kitayama.
Well, to make the top 50, I'm just going to answer the question. I'm going to go with Brandon Todd.
I didn't even know he was like in this tournament.
Well, because he's going to come in 40th, whatever. But he's he'll make the cut. He'll keep in the middle. He'll make the cut.
He had until Sunday I believe the longest drive of the week, and
what?
I mean people were which no one could understand how it happened. It must have been the one time it was sunny and the ball just kept carrying or something. But people were like, Brendan Todd with the best no, it made no sense. It was really funny.
All right, so we're not going to do over 9K to miss the cut in this type of cut event.
Okay.
But I did run a Sabre sim build based on at least my projections, like for now. And what I would be getting without doing sims is all of the Poston, okay? 86% Poston and 75% the aforementioned Patrick Cantlay. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Yep, that's without running sims. Let's do that. Let's add just for the Mega Millionaire. Oh, that's the 44. We don't want to do that one. Let's we'll do the medium age. It's the same thing. So we'll run the contest sim for the oh wait, did I save it? Oh, I didn't save it yet. Okay. Let's just see if we get any different. Boy, that's a lot of Poston. That's a lot of Cantlay also. That's rough. You know what that also is? That ain't a ton of Scheffler, that's for sure. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's under Sabre similar to Chef. Okay, let's see. ROI. Yeah, so when you apply the contest sims, I'm actually getting a little smoother, and I'm getting more like Morikawa and Burns and stuff like that. Very, very interesting, actually. Still Poston, still Cantlay. I'm sorry, I was misreading. So Poston, Cantlay, Hostler, Thomas, and just to illustrate a point, I'd be getting a grand total of 0 Scheffler in 150 lineups.
Wow. So, yeah, they're loving the balance builds.
And I have no problem doing it. So We'll see what happens.
I know you don't. That part I know for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. Good luck this weekend, and hopefully we'll have some sweats and stuff going on Sunday. Good luck.